Here I am, I'm still alive. It's been a while, I understand. I'm sorry that I've been out of action for a while. Over Christmas break, we had the pleasure of spending time with my mom and dad, and Amanda's mom and dad, and you can see outside that Minnesota is a winter wonderland. This guy is back out and at it, making ourselves some hobo stew. For those of you that want the recipe, well, I'm sorry I can't share it because the nature of hobo stew is you dump a bunch of stuff that you've got in a pot. So in this case, we've got some bouillon, some potatoes, some German cabbage, a little bit of meatloaf, some shrimp, and some fish. And you might say none of that stuff goes together, and you'd be right, but that's some of the fun of the hobo stew is you use what you got, and you get some flavor profiles that you wouldn't normally put together. So we've got a little bit of the broth out. And it's good. So the themes that come into play in my channel, even though they may seem extremely disjointed, are connected. And the best way I can describe that is really around health. So there are things in our life related to the body, the spirit or the soul, and the mind that, if they're well balanced, bring us true health and success. Vintage computers, and just enjoy reliving my childhood, showing my daughter what it was like to be me growing up. Part of it is to challenge the mind and reflect on where we've come over the past several years, which is coming off of my Jackery. And I'm not going to preach too much other than to say how wonderful times we live in where I can power a computer off of a solar generator. A lot of people will say there's only so much you can do. That may be true, but I think it's pretty neat that I can run a computer and a display off of a battery charged by solar. Goes with my philosophy and other things, make things a little bit better every day. And so it might not be the answer to the world's problems, but it can solve quite a few of them. And there's the setup. I've been messing around. We're at 88% after about an hour and a half. And that includes the TV. As you can see, RetroPie has Mario 3 running, and the game experience is quite amazing. It's steampunk folk art that was made by somebody, or do you remember those old Star Trek beers and beer mugs, or my Star Wars action figures? And my mom seems to get it. She made me a shadow box describing my life. It's very sad when you consider the left behind tots. In the heart of an angel, run away. Okay, that might even be a little disjoint even for me. But it's winter time and it's easy to get a little bit stir crazy, and I thought it would be fun to use that as an introduction to some of the things that have been going on since I stepped away for a while. And those of you that know me know that I love to build, so I've been building. And I have captured, as you can see, some of what's been going on, but I just haven't had the time or the inclination to put it out there on YouTube. So there was a little bit of a taste of what's been happening. And what prompted me to actually get back behind the desk and do some editing is traveling has picked up again. And to me, that's a major part of what I'm describing, because you don't get to see the wonders and beauty of the world by sitting at home. So I'll do a little bit of an introduction and get us started. This is going to actually be a two-part series with regard to our trip down south. This isn't a two-wheel trip. Could have been, I guess. I could have trailer to bike, but I wanted to spend some time with family, so I didn't do that. And there's some other 4-wheel trips that are coming up, but very, very soon there will be 2-wheel trips. I'm headed to 2 places that I've been before, but wanted to revisit. Of course, this year I can't bring myself to skip going west, so we're gonna head back out to the Black Hills. That's pretty much a yearly thing for me and shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that watches the channel or knows me. So that's coming. That'll be one of the first motorcycle trips. Additionally, I got the sad news that the Anamosa Motorcycle Museum is closing as of the end of this season. So I wanted to make sure to get down there, and I'm going to bring you with me, hopefully capture some of that so we can immortalize that location. And it's near and dear to me because it's near to where I grew up. And then I'm headed out east again with a good group of friends. Headed back into the Smoky Mountain National Park. We'll be around Tail the Dragon, hitting Nashville, and going back to some places you're about to see now. And to set some backdrop, my parents winter down south in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I've been there before. I think I've covered that before in the channel, but if not, I've got footage and pictures, and I'm going to do some rewinds and cover some of the places I've been in the past. And as a part of that, an exciting piece of news and another thing I've been building is a website to support Merc Vapor Adventures. So more to come out soon about that. It'll be a place for you to take a look at suggestions that I have, places that I've stopped, cool things that we've seen along the way. Keep an eye out for that. It's coming very, very, very soon. Might have stickers and merchandise too. Really haven't thought about it. This channel's been kind of a labor of love and nothing else. I think it's going to stay that way, but if I get enough subs and enough people that are interested, it's a natural place to put that. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm on one of the new Merc Vapor Adventures. It's been a really long time since I put up anything on the channel. We're currently in Keokuk, Iowa. I had the pleasure of rolling through here last summer, and my riding partner would remember that right about the time we were here, we knew we were going to be heading into some severe weather, or potential for severe weather, as we got closer to Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. And sure enough, we hit it in Iowa City, pushed on. And what was in the top 10, actually top 1 or 2 storms I've ever ridden before. So where are we at? Well, one of our favorite places to stop when I'm on the bike. Today I'm in the truck because I've got some other yahoos that are with me. These yahoos, to be specific, Taryn was getting a little bit hangry, so we stopped in at Sonic, and there's my filthy truck. We'll need to get that washed tomorrow. And I don't think Amanda's ever had Sonic. Have you had Sonic?
Nope.
Anybody here had Sonic before? None of you got a cherry limeade. What kind of shake did you get, Nissa?
Chocolate.
Chocolate shake.
Yeah.
With all of those Oreo and Sonic Blast and Reese's, and you picked chocolate.
Plain's better.
All right. Did you get any ice cream?
No.
How about you?
No.
You know what I saw at the hotel counter?
What?
Oreo.
Oh, we might have to.
So the other thing that I've got to give commentary on, because, you know, while I'm waiting for food, I just can't keep my mouth shut. Amanda's going to switch because she doesn't want me to catch her on camera. I'm only a state away from being home. And with granted, I'm in the southernmost town in Iowa. But as I was rolling through Cedar Rapids, it was 52 degrees. Today is February 13th, 2023. And I saw dudes on bikes. After I swore at him a little bit because of my sheer envy, I realized even going down south of state would probably reduce my winter by a month or two with regard to the bike. Go down another state into Missouri, especially if I get down towards Springfield. And my winter is probably only going to normally be a month or two. You hear that? I don't know if I caught it, but
Here it goes.
it looks to be like a street glide from here. Anyway, someday, it's good to have dreams. I'll have a place where I can ride this time of year and not have to deal with 4 or 5 months of winter exile. Go with the scarfing materials of this evening. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming back. Keep an eye out for us. Watch for notifications. There will be additional episodes coming very, very soon. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. And in the meantime, like I say, please remember to see the beautiful things that are around you every day. In the heart of an angel, run away.